Howdy, folks. Funky Monk Gaming here. It's probably where I'm going to upload this. So, we're going to have a bit of a talk about how you describe yourself as a raider and how that can kind of dictate what you do. And I just chased my dog around my fucking yard for 20 minutes. Because, personally, I am a progression raider. I like progress. I like moving forward. At the bare minimum, I like getting AOTC. Have I missed out on AOTC a couple times? Yeah. Has it been stupid when I missed out on it? Oh, always. But I've regularly raided with Banana Republic ever since Warlords of Draenor. And that's because my raid team beforehand was a little stupid, but there's already a Drama Time video talking about them. Essentially, it was people who were like, my friends are the best raiders in the world. Then those friends can't do like 10% parses on some bosses. So, I've been in Banana Republic. Banana Republic, until very recently, has been progression minded. I don't know when it happened. I don't know why it happened. I don't know how it happened. But it has gone from being, we're going to aim for AOTC and do what we need to do to get it, to, oh, you know, it's okay. The bosses will come. It's fine. I don't do that. I don't. There have been some nights where I've just been infuriated with how some of the boss fights go, and it's no fault of certain individuals who might think that I'm talking about them, but it's the fault of the people that don't pay attention, right? It's the fault of the people that are like, hey, I know we've killed this boss like 10 times before. How do we do this boss? Oh, there's a soak mechanic right next to me. Oh, I'm not going to soak it. Oh, we need a volunteer to click a button once every 20 seconds. Can't do that. Or the people that are like, well, I know how this fight works. Shriekwing has a cleave. Shriekwing does not have a cleave. Huntsman has a cleave. Huntsman does not have a cleave. This boss does this. It doesn't, though. I know mechanics from every single aspect of the fight for most bosses, which I really shouldn't. And there are some people that just don't pay attention, where it's like, hey guys, on Shriekwing, stack on this marker. You have little Jimmy off in the middle of bumfucked Egypt, out in the middle of nowhere, and he fucks up the pole. And it's like, oh, we'll just fix it. No, Jimmy, why the fuck were you out there? It's like, when we pull it, hey, why are you there? Pull him in. We have a priest. Pull him. I don't care. Use leap of faith. Pull him to us. Oh, hey, we need to hide for Shriek. Some people are, I can get 2 more hits before I have to hide. It doesn't matter. Do your fucking job. Like, that just pisses me off. And then we get some nights where it's like, oh, hey, we're on Lady Enerva. Oh, this boss is too hard. We should go do Artificer. No, the boss isn't too hard. We've killed it multiple times before. People just need to do it again. Right? Because our kills now consist of like 90% pugs. And I don't like that. Because, like I said, I like progression. I don't like regression. I don't like wiping on Enerva for 2 hours because we didn't get carried by the people that do monster DPS. We shouldn't have those carries. We shouldn't have people who are barely out DPSing the tanks. We are fully geared in heroic shit. My weapon is probably the lowest weapon out of most of the guild. Why are we wiping to that? Why are we unable to do Shriekwing correctly? That is the boss that we have wiped on more than anything. And it's simple. Why are we going into Sun King and failing? very simple mechanics of it. Everyone move to X. That way when you get the debuff with the big circle, you don't have to worry about it. And here's a fucking shaman or whatever, like all the way out there who gets the circle and then dies. And then, oh, well, we're down DPS, so we can't kill shit. Or, oh, hey, click the thing that you've had to click since fucking day one. Oh, you know how I can tell you didn't click? Because you don't have 5 fucking stacks of the debuff. Do this mechanic on the fight. It's a mechanic that shouldn't have to be volunteered for. There are mechanics that you should be able to do and you should be able to keep an eye on. The reason why this upsets me is because, one, we were stuck on Lady Enerva for an entire fucking week. 2, when we do get stuck on certain aspects of this, when it's like, oh, 2 or 3 of our main guys can't come, so we're just not going to raid this week. Fuck that. I'm in a raid team because I like to raid. But yeah, that's... I don't like people who are like, oh, hey, I don't know this fight. We've only killed it 20 times. Oh, well, what can we do different? I'm going to reimagine how we're going to kill this boss. No, just do it. Just do it the way it's supposed to be done. Don't be a passive-aggressive little dick. And then when it's not going right, it's like, oh, well, we can't go to a different boss because we're on Sun King. And in order to do Council, which is the harder boss, by the way, we need to actually kill Sun King. So just do your job. Why aren't you doing your job? Oh, well, I just thought I'd change it up. Oh, so you'd make it harder for everyone else because you're having a tissy fit. No. So I went and I found new raid teams. I've went with Bacon and Kegs. They have similar raid times to ours. Progressed further. I went with Relentless. Similar raid times to ours. Progressed further. I then decided I would try my luck and see if this mythic raid team was still recruiting. Because I am not an amazing player. I'm not. But if I can still do good DPS, keep an eye on the healers, keep an eye on the tanks, keep an eye on the mechanics, keep an eye on what we need to do throughout that entire lady fight, I think I might be able to join this group. And then when I join that mythic team, I am humbled. I am the last in DPS on every aspect of that fight. On every aspect of all the fights. They got these super duper complex fights just down to a science. They can do it with their eyes closed. We go into a mythic boss like Mythic Shriekwing and they're like, yo, we got this. And it's like, yeah. They go into Mythic Huntsman. They're like, yo, we got this. Super simple. Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. And I love it. And then they have a Mythic Plus night? Yeah! I feel really bad. I feel really bad because I will take personal responsibility for bricking some of those keys. And I am so sorry. I am so sorry. But fuck me, man. I like progression. I don't like regression. Does that mean that I will never raid with Banana Republic? No, there are some people that I really like raiding with there. If they stop raiding there, you know, I might be like, hey, because there are some teams that they raid with that are like, yo, we need more people. It's like, yo, I'm free, I'll raid with you. But I don't want Banana Republic to die just because it went from being let's kill shit to, oh no, man, we're a chill group. It's fine. You know, you show up and you do less DPS than the tanks. It's fine. Oh, we're gonna go do Sludge Fist, but it's okay that half of our DPS are pulling under 3k. And die to super simple mechanics. How do you die on Lady Enerva? Like, other than getting hit by beams, how do you die? Because I've never gotten that. Because every Enerva pull, there's like 1 or 2 early deaths. Like, how? How do you die early on Enerva? It's like, I don't know what would be killing you. There doesn't seem to be anything that should be killing you. But, that's me. Apparently I'm an elitist asshole. And I get angry too easily. And I don't think that it's I don't think that it's too much to ask that I oh, what? Okay. This is different. Okay. I don't think that it's too much to ask to expect the bare minimum out of players. I don't think that you having a 190 helmet is acceptable. I think that you can go through the very bare minimum aspect of getting an upgrade. I think that you can do a Mythic Plus a week. I think that you can at least try. You can at least try to replace some really, really bad gear. You can try to make the raid better. And that's why I'm also raiding with the Mythic team. Now, what is my plan for Banana Republic in 9.1? Because obviously, raiding in both teams would be a little difficult. Well, luckily, the Mythic raid team I am trialing with raids early Wednesday, which means we'll say we get like 5 out of the new 10 bosses down, and Banana Republic will not get 5 bosses down in a night. We might get 5 bosses down on the second night. And that's fine. Then we go into a Mythic Plus night with the new team. I love them. I love them so much. They my boys. We go into that Mythic Plus night. I need to do one thing really quick with my cat. I'll be back. So I'm probably going to be maining, or like having 2 characters. I'll have my main monk, which is going to be my big boy for the Mythic Raid team. And then I'm debating right now, because I know I want to be ranged, but I don't want to be a hunter. The 2 classes right now that are sticking out to me are Mage and Shaman. Now, Shaman has the added benefit of having a heal spec, which is something that the Banana Republic needs a lot. And since I'm someone who is willing to forego a small amount of enjoyment to make sure that we can kill the boss, because that's where my main enjoyment comes from, I like playing off specs. I believe that if you cannot play an off spec, then you should. Like, I get that some people are like, I don't like playing the off spec. Okay. But if it comes down to waiting an hour to get someone to fill that, or you playing it, guess what? You should play it. But I'm probably gonna main Mage. Mage is fun. I'm not too sure, maybe Shaman's really good up there too. It all depends on how everything works out. I might lean more towards Shaman, because Necrolord is supposed to be their like big bad best covenant. But I could also go Mage, though Shaman does have more utility. Even DPS Shaman. I'm not entirely sure, but I do know that that's going to be my Banana raid tune. And in the time between now, I'm gonna make my choice tomorrow, more than likely. But in between that and raid, guess what? I'm gonna have it more geared than a lot of players in Banana Republic. Like the 5 of us that aren't pugs. It's gonna be probably around heroic level geared. When the patch launches on June 28th, or whenever that Tuesday is, I am going to be, relatively okay geared. For the first week, if I have to play my monk in Banana Republic, I will. I'm just not going to enjoy killing the same bosses over and over. But I should have that mage pretty much done because of the renown and all that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it through the linear leveling process until 58, 59, and then I'm going to kick it over to Threads, and then I'm going to do Threads of Fate leveling. Because, yeah, I might do Shaman because of Necrolord. The Necrolord story isn't bad. I really do like the Necrolords. So I might end up doing a Shaman, which is good. I'll just have to look up how that all works. Anyways, it's very important to know what kind of raider you are, right? Because, like I said in this 15-minute rant, I'm a progression raider, which is why I chose the Mythic Progression team. Now, if you are a progression raider and you are in a team like Banana Republic that is no longer a progression team, no one can argue that it is, you're going to have a bad time. Or you're going to try to change the team, which is what's happened. And with that, everyone's going to have a bad time. So this is why I am making the decision that I am making, which is to go off and do other stuff and do another raid team instead of forcing my views on someone else, because I've been called elitist a lot. Not by anyone on the team, because no one on the team's that retarded, but I don't know, man. I think doing a Mythic +7 every week isn't that much of an ask, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, I hope that you guys can kind of look at this and decide what kind of raider you are, and then adjust it relatively that way. There used to be a lot of videos that would talk about this. Preach made a couple videos like, hey, you know, expectations of you as a raider versus elitism or whatever. Funny video. So I just want you guys to have a really good time, even if it's only like one other person that watches this, because being in a group and being in a group that just constantly wipes and is like you're wasting 2.5 hours of your life every night, it sucks. It does. But being in a group that wipes for 2.5 hours on a progression boss, and you see that health go down from like, oh, you got a 70% pull, like first off on the night, okay, you going a little further, oh, 70, 60, 65, 50, 65, 40, 50, 55, 35, 27%. And you keep going and you keep finding these little moments in the fight where you can do better. That is what I like about those fights. You know what I really like about the fight of Hungering Destroyer or Hungering Devourer or whatever? As a monk, transcendence. Transcendence and transcendence transfer. What this means is when he does his Devour, boom, teleport right across the room. That's it. I don't have to worry about being in there for a tick or anything. Boom, teleport. You know what it means when I've got my asthma or something and like I gotta drop stacks? Boom, teleport. Easy sauce, man. Easy sauce. We're going into this fight. Okay, how can we fix it? Okay, what are we doing? Why are we wiping? Why are these people doing low DPS? Why am I literally the worst DPS in the group, but somehow I live? You know, stuff like that. And I love it. I love that feeling, man. I love the feeling of what can I do to make myself better. And it's awesome. And I really hope that other people can get that feeling, because it's a feeling that I had in the Mage Tower as well. When I did the Mage Tower on my Windwalker Monk, dude, I was shaking at the end of it. I'm like, oh my god, like my hands were literally shaking, like press the button, kill it, kill the egg. Like, people are like, oh, that wasn't very difficult. It is when you're not a good player. It is when you're not a good player. So I hope that you guys all have a good time. Maybe you got a laugh at the video. Maybe, you know, you just turned it on for 5 seconds and then turned it off. Doesn't matter.